Today is Monday, July 8th, 2024, and we are in the Dolly Cop campground right now. We're going to go up Daniel Webster Scout Trail to Mount Madison, and the trailhead, as you come across from Route 16, you cross the water, and then you take a left, and you come down here. The trailhead is up here. There's a white truck parked up there, and it's right after that. But that parking where that truck is he's like a employee parking. There's a dumpster up there, so there's spots for like 3 cars, but it's right at a dumpster, so that's not like official parking. You don't want to park there. Just come a little bit further down. There's parking for 7 cars here. Nice bathrooms that are currently closed for repair, unfortunately. Although maybe the other side is open. I didn't even check. And it is a fee area, so you should be paying to park. We have a sticker, so we're all set. And I think it is, I have to look, I think it's 4 miles or 4.5 miles up to the summit. This is our first time on Daniel Webster. We have big plans for today, but we are also willing to compromise and cut our hike shorter. We are planning to descend to Madison Hut after summiting, then take Buttress, then take Wamsutta, and then take Chandler Brook, Osgood Cutoff, well, Chandler Brook to Great Gulf, to Osgood Cutoff to Great Gulf, and then the connector that comes back to Dolly Cop. And that'll be a lot of new trails for us. Basically everything except for Great Gulf and descending to the hut would be new. So it should be an exciting day, and that would be like 14.5 miles with 6,600 feet of gain. So we'll see how it goes. It's 8:30-ish, a little bit, 8:45 now. We are an hour in and 1 3/4 miles up. Stopped. This is the second time I've stopped to fill up water. Right here, there's a little babbling brook, and there was another one maybe a half mile away, maybe less, that crossed the trail and was running pretty well. My maps don't show any water on this, and it is extremely humid today, so I'm going to take every opportunity to fill up in case there's no more water until the hut. So far it's been really a moderate trail. It's in good shape. I had heard bad things about this trail, and it looks good. The book actually makes it sound good, but trail reports I've read in the past did not. So I wasn't sure what to expect, but so far so good. We are 2 miles in. We just entered the alpine zone right down there. And we have a view out now. This is North Carter, and kind of in front of it right there is Imp Face, and then Mariah over there. And over here in the distance is Old Speck. Oh, the humidity is just incredible. And we've got a cloud up above us, but I almost don't think it matters, because it keeps the sun off of us at least. I feel like it might blow out by the time we get up there. We're 3 miles in. We have another mile to get to the summit. Yes. It should be 4.1 roughly to get to the summit, because we had to park 0.1 away from the beginning of the trail. We're like 3.1 miles in now, so not very much further from my last video. Right after that video, we encountered the worst weather sign warning, and then we popped out on a talus field here. Got new blue blazing. I think we're just going to go up and around. I can see it blaze up there. And an excellent view of Carter Notch right there. That is pretty cool. Carter Dome on the left of the notch, Wildcat A on the right. South and middle and North Carters. And Imp Face, Mariah, Pine Mountain in the sun. Way out in the distance, Old Speck. and Jericho Mountain over there. All right. This is fun. I think this is the steepest part.
I think so too.
And then they said it'll moderate. And we should be joining up with the Osgood Trail in about half a mile or so. We're up at the junction now with the Osgood Trail and Daniel Webster, and also Parapet, which goes out this way, or actually goes out that way. That is a bear of a trail. This is looking up towards the summit. Quite a bit of cloud. Adams is in the cloud. Washington is kind of flirting. The auto road is in the sun over here. And then we have some blue sky this way though. So we'll see. It's a half a mile up to the summit from here. Maybe by the time we get there, we'll be out of the cloud, or maybe we'll be in a cloud. Ooh, Great Gulf Headwall looking nice and sunny. Okay. That was fun. I don't have any bad things to say about that trail at all. What did you think?
Liked it.
Yeah, I liked it. No people on it either. Okay, let's head up to Madison. We'll start seeing people up there. We might see some AT hikers coming northbound also. We're up on the summit of Madison now, looking across at Shelburne, Moriah, which I think is a cool summit in Moriah. The Carters and face sticking out kind of in the sun right now. And Wildcats. Washington almost out of the cloud. Clay is out of the cloud, but then we get this lovely thing right here. Star Lake right there. We're heading there. Well, we're going to head to the hut and then we'll head out that way to get on Buttress. And then looking the other way. All right. Not too shabby. No wind.
On the speak of.
We are at Star Lake now, and it is looking pretty grim over Madison. Kind of everywhere now, but that's fine. We're going to be heading into the tree line pretty shortly. Our junction with Buttress is right up here, and it's a new trail for us. The book implies that there's not very much exposure on it, so we will be heading down in case it should have a passing shower. Been hit by a couple of raindrops. Here it is, and we're going to be entering the Great Gulf Wilderness. If you continue straight, you will climb up Adams, which is in the clear up there on Star Lake. Kind of a spicy trail. It's fun. We're going to enter the wilderness right here. And we're going to head towards Six Husbands, which is also a fun trail. That one you only ascend. We still have some Labrador tea. Haven't seen any of that blooming. But over by the hut, there was tons and tons of mountain avens, which looks like a buttercup kind of. The genus is Geum. Geum. It was like a field of it. Really neat. Okay, so apparently we're going to go across like a scree field kind of immediately and then enter the trees. And this is that cool grass. Usually they're all puffed up and blowing. Like it looks like there was quite a bit of rain here recently because they're not really puffed up. Okay, on we go. We are stopping along Buttress now. We're going to be heading into the trees, I think, right around the corner. It looks so dark on my screen. It's not really that dark. This is looking at Madison. We're going to have lunch looking out at the Carters and the Wildcats. And then over right there to the auto road section of Mount Washington. It looks like the summit is in a cloud. It's right up there. Okay. We're undecided whether we're going to do our entire plan or not. We'll have to see. This is a neat little quote-unquote cave caused by a overhanging rock. The trail goes right underneath it. The trail has been terrible. What can I say? The top of the trail was brushed recently. It looks really good. We thought, oh, this is going to be good. And then we stopped after the scree field and had lunch at a view, and then as we are leaving, it's not brushed anymore and it is completely overgrown. It's terrible. I'm inside this little cave right now looking up towards Washington. All right, maybe I spoke too soon. I'm only like 2/10 of a mile from where I just reported that the trail was terrible. And actually it's quite nice now. But that little section was, I think it was like 3/10, 2 or 3/10, or quite overgrown and also challenging. There was little wet chimneys that you had to climb down because we were descending. So it was tricky. This is looking much better, although now it looks like I'm entering a stream bed, so that's never great, but I think it'll be short-lived, I hope. We are still descending Buttress, and we're nearing the bottom now. You come out and there's a little bit of a boulder field here to cross, and right ahead, and you come out, is Jefferson's Knee. Isn't that awesome? So if you climb up Six Husbands, you go up that, and there's ladders and all kinds of fun stuff on that. And then the summit of Jefferson is up behind Edmund's Call up in there. And then over here is Clay and the head wall for Great Gulf. And I think that's Nelson Crag. I'm not good on my crags. And the edge of the auto road is right over in here. I can actually see some cars on it. Have we decided that we're not going to do our plan? What do you think? Time-wise?
Yeah, time-wise,
It's not great.
it's going to be like extra 3 miles
Of hard,
slow
I know.
if we do that.
Okay. I know, I'm just looking. I think that Wamsutta would go right up. I'm not sure where it actually goes, but you got to climb all that to get up to the auto road. And then come down the auto road a bit and then descend on Chandler Brook. I think it's over in here. Sounds like a lot of slow going. I think we'll save that for a day. That's, I don't know, not quite so long. So we'll just have to, we'll come in Great Gulf probably to get those. Or I think we can come in, we need like Old Jackson Toll Road and stuff like that. I think we might be able to come in from the Pinkham Notch area. Also, it's nice and sunny right now in Great Gulf. Okay, I can hear the water below. We have to cross a branch of the Peabody River. Can be a little tricky to cross. So I might have to take shoes off there. We'll see. Or maybe I'll walk right through since we're just going out. All right, gonna keep moving. Here's a look down at the trail. There's a cairn right here. I don't really know where the trail goes from there.
I kind of assumed it went straight through.
But it doesn't kind of look, I think it goes up actually. I don't know.
Yeah, it just keeps going the direction it's going.
All right, I'm getting bit by black flies. Flies haven't been too bad today though. Maybe their season is coming to an end. You have one on you right now. We are at the section where we have to cross the water, but there's actually a tent site out here. An official one that's marked. Not marked on Gaia, but it is marked on my Far Out. And it has a real sign. There's a few flat spots in there, no bear box. So that's convenient. All right, and we're gonna cross right here. That looks like it'll be no problem. This is the water crossing on Six Husbands. And it's, the trail is actually right here. We're crossing just maybe 20 feet further upstream. There's a beaten herd path to get there, and it's definitely the safer way to go. But this is a pretty easy crossing today, so that's good. The other crossing was on Buttress as it came together with right by the junction with Six Husbands, and that one was easy. It was a smaller crossing. I think that's it for the crossings today. Right after that water crossing, you just climb maybe 30 feet, 40 feet, and you get to the junction with Great Gulf and also with Wamsutta, which is what we were planning to take today, but we just don't have the time. It looks like it's mysterious down there, doesn't it?
It does.
It doesn't, I don't think it's heavily used. I mean, I know none of these, even Great Gulf isn't heavily used, I would say. So we'll come back a different day, explore our options for how to get in there. We might just walk all the way up here again, maybe do an overnight and hit some of the other fun things to do in the Great Gulf. There's a lot of fun trails if you like climbing. Six Husbands up Jefferson is really fun, and we've only done that once. Great Gulf up to Washington, or you don't have to, you can just take it to Gulfside. You don't have to go to the summit of Washington. Is also lots of fun, and we've only done that one once. And this is some awesome slime mold. I don't know if the GoPro can even focus on it. Oh, it's too bad. I'll take a picture and put it in so you can see what it looks like up close. It's really cool. We are still descending Great Gulf. It's really a beautiful trail. It goes right along the river. So pretty. Lots of places where you can actually get out to the water if you needed to or wanted to. And we're coming up now to another official campsite. We're not quite to it yet, but it's called Clam Rock. We went in and looked at it once. I think it might have had tent pads at it. I'm not positive. And I'm pretty sure it had a bear, like a bear locker too. I can't recall like exactly, but in my head it has 4 tent pads, and I think it has like one of those little maps that shows you the layout of it. So as we approach it, if we see, I don't want to walk in there right now, but if it does have a map, I'll check it out and let you know. We haven't seen any hikers today except at Madison Hut. There were a few people, and like those were overnighters. They were cooking their lunch and stuff, and a couple people heading up to the summit from the hut. And then on this trail, we just got passed by professional trail crew of 4 people, and that's it. And they weren't carrying like anything. I think they were done for the day, and they were just left all their gear someplace and were beating it out of here. They looked pretty young too, like college age. So not sure what they're doing, but that's it. There's been nobody else. This is really a beautiful area. Right after Clam Rock, we're going to come to a spot where there's a suspension bridge over the river. I believe that's where that one is. And we're going to cross, and instead of staying on Great Gulf, we're going to head to, oh, there they are right there. We're going to head to Osgood Cutoff because we've never done that. Okay, so this is a cool suspension bridge. It's 1 person wide, and it bounces like fun. And this is kind of at the beginning of, woohoo, John's on the bridge now, it's going crazy. This is at the beginning of Madison Gulf, right? Yeah, Madison Gulf. So we're gonna take this just a little tiny bit, and then we're gonna pick up Osgood Cutoff because we haven't done Osgood Cutoff yet. We got a little ladder down. That tent site was right around the corner, but the professional trail crew was hanging out there. They're camping there, so I didn't want to shoot video there, but there are 4 tent pads, a cooking area, and a bear box. I didn't notice if there was a privy. I don't know. Usually there are, but I didn't walk in and look. Okay, so next thing will be Osgood Cutoff, and then we're gonna, that'll take us over to the Osgood tent site. And we have to walk down that too because we haven't done that. And that is on the Appalachian Trail, so I expect it to be pretty full of thru hikers. We are at the junction of Madison Gulf. So Madison Gulf comes up from the water right here, and then it turns and goes up there, and right, I don't know, 100 feet up there, there's a really nice campsite. It has a bear box at it and a cooking area. I don't think it had tent pads, but it had, yeah, it was nice. And it kind of has a little bit of a view, sort of, the side of Adams and Madison up there. And Jefferson over here. And then there's a campsite right here. There's a sign for it. It's out there. I think it fits 1 tent. I guess you could use the bear box up the way. And now we're gonna head over on Osgood Cutoff. So this is new for us. It's a short section of trail. So we took Osgood Cutoff across and junctioned with Osgood Trail and the tent site, which is right there. Walked out to the tent site briefly. We didn't go all the way in there because I don't want to interrupt people who are camping, but there is a bear box first, and then I could see tent platforms. We actually saw 3 or 4. I think one of them was occupied. The other ones were not. And I expected it to be a pretty good sized campsite. I don't know how many actual tent pads there are. And then we've been coming out on Osgood Trail, which is not new to us, but the lower part beneath the tent site is quite nice. Soft footbed, easy going. Nothing terrible at all. We're going to take this until it junctions with Great Gulf. And I don't know, do we get on Great Gulf for any length of time?
Yeah.
Okay. A little bit on Great Gulf. And then I believe when Great Gulf goes over the last bridge, which is another suspension bridge, we are going to be turned before that to the left. I think it's before that water crossing, and go out to Dolly Cop, which is where our car is. So it should be, I expect it to be like around a mile left, maybe. I don't know. I'm at 9.6 right now. I really have no idea because my initial plan was to do those other trails, and it was going to be 14.5 miles. So
at least 3 that we cut off.
Yeah, I thought it was more like 4 that we cut off, but we'll see. In any case, this part is easygoing. The rest of it should be easygoing. So, success. Wow, look at that. Here's another slime mold. This one's kind of big, and it's like into the spore phase now. Ooh, not quite. Oh, that was squishy. I thought it would spore off, but it did not. Not quite there. Okay. And this is kind of the first hike of the year where we've really seen a good variety of mushrooms. They're starting up now. I saw some amanitas today, chanterelles, and let's see, a bunch of different boletes, brittle gills, is that what it's called? And a bunch of small wax caps and things like that. So the fungus are coming. Fungi are coming. We are finishing up now. This is the end of Great Gulf Link. And It should be about, well, I thought it was going to be like 10 and a half miles once we shaved off those other trails, but for some reason I'm at 12 and a quarter right now. And I can see that we're coming right into Dolly Cop, right in front of me. There's a parking lot and our car should be very close by. And I can hear Route 16 traffic. It was a very quiet day hiking. That's what happens when you take lesser used trails. Really, nobody on any of these other trails, and it's not the weekend, so even less chance of seeing people. Overall, it was nice. It was a good day. What can I say? Daniel Webster Scout Trail was much nicer than I had heard it would be or feared it would be. It was good. We'll do that one again. Buttress was slow going. The top had been recently brushed out, presumably by people from the hut, but the middle had not been brushed. It was terrible. It was terrible. And then after that, it got better. So here's the parking area, but that's not the one. We go this way, right? Okay. Right, around this corner should bring us back to our car.